In a world where NBA teams are going small, the Grizzlies are an anomaly, running a two-center lineup that bullies NBA teams into submission, alongside an offensive engine as electric as they come. This was the headache the Lakers were trying to solve. In one of the most important games left in the season, how to outmaneuver the Grizzlies' bully tactics and keep their lunch money on the playground. The following is a full breakdown of this clash between two differing game plans in a fight for fourth seed in the West. After an embarrassing collapse in the last game against the Bulls.
2 seconds left. Getting for the win. Go! My God! I cannot believe this. Elizabeth, I'm coming, baby. Oh, no.
The Lakers had officially finished all their games against the East for the season, but tonight they had an important game against the Grizzlies, who were tied with them in the standings. The biggest puzzle on JJ's board? How to contain Ja Morant, and the game plan was as follows. On Ja's drives, it was Hayes' job to step up and help as the low man.
He goes into the paint where he likes to operate, and Jackson Hayes was there.
And with Ja rejecting the screen, Hayes was doing a great job tracking and deterring opportunities at the rim. AR-15 started the game doing a great job of containing Ja and making every attempt as difficult as possible.
Ja's in deep, throws it up, no, and he's on the deck again.
What JJ was willing to concede were mid-range jumpers to Morant.
Yes!
With Ja shooting a disgusting 29% from 3 on the season, no one was stressing when he pulled.
Ja gonna be just inside the logo.
Even after he made this one, LA was unbothered on the Ja threes that came after.
Bane with a drive, sets up Morant, an open three. Bango, Ja Morant.
While Jackson Hayes has been a revelation since AD got traded, his non-existent threat from beyond the arc, unlike bigs like Horford and Porzingis, will be heavily exploited come the postseason, as well as his lack of ability to do anything outside of 5 feet from the rim. However, Memphis had its own issues, with their bigs telegraphing passes and coughing up the ball.
Stolen away, LeBron was right in the passing lane.
JJ ran some Spain pick-and-roll action, and the secondary action off of that led to a 3 from a LeBron who had been struggling with his shot since returning from injury.
Gonna stay in the air, find LeBron for 3, yes! It's a nice sign, he has not been shooting the 3 well at all.
After that, Braun found himself cross-matched on Ja, and with a simple backdoor, we were cleared for takeoff.
Around. He's coming off of his worst shooting game of his career! Look out below! LeBron!
Memphis leads the league in pace, and they were going up against a team that struggles with transition defense.
Bane has Hachimura turned around and goes to the goal.
They are also huge, so much so that the way they were dislodging LA's defenders off their spots was comical.
Jackson bodies up against Hachimura and hits the floater.
However, they had a lot of defensive problems, primarily as a result of Morant's lack of awareness. Ja got lost on a back screen for Reeves, which forced Triple J to step up as the low man, and Rui was the wide-open beneficiary.
And the Lakers are on the board again.
He got lost again on a flare, and Reeves capitalized.
Reeves open!
When Luka found a mismatch with a Spaniard, we got some Europe-on-Europe violence.
And double figures in that one. Doncic over the defender! String music from the outside.
And sophomore Vince Williams Jr. got his own shellacking in the post.
That's a great shot. Easy does it that time by Doncic.
This baseline out-of-bounds play by JJ completely discombobulated the Grizzlies' defense.
In fact, he's currently 3rd in three-point percentage. He's trying to win that title again. To beat the clock that time, it's Austin in the corner.
Gabe's ridiculous mistakes continued helping Memphis's cause.
Pippen, an open 3. Bango.
And somehow LA kept losing Scottie Pippen Jr.
Give back. Pippen behind a Stevens screen. Another 3. It's good again.
However, Vincent immediately got those points back on the other end.
Looking to maybe get to the rim. He does and scores it. Being aggressive. Gabe Vincent.
And more.
125 to 104. Shea went nuts as he usually does.
And his teammates joined the barrage.
Just the mere fact that he was standing there. And Dorian Finney-Smith.
As LA finished the first up 11. To kick off the second quarter, Memphis wasted no time getting Ja and Edey involved in pick-and-roll action.
Underneath Zach Plays it up and in.
But Braun's relentless post-ups were causing absolute chaos to Memphis, with Jaren Jackson Jr. quickly picking up his third foul and heading to the bench early.
For the second quarter, cutting. Vanderbilt fouled. Oh, the third foul on Jaren Jackson Jr.
And these post-ups sparked perfect swing opportunities, leaving the red-hot Gabe Vincent wide open.
Connect out to Vincent. The rainbow is good. He's hot.
3 out of
He's
4.
hot.
3 out of 4 from Gabe Vincent from behind the arc.
LeBron's gravity was also opening gaps for the supporting cast to cut into.
LeBron. Bounce under to Vanderbilt. And he scores in traffic.
Defensively, LA was locked in, constantly showing help and forcing Memphis into late clock hero ball.
Great defense by the Lakers.
Hillbilly Kobe kept his foot on the gas, only this time to be met by Edie at the rim. But Gabe came to the rescue.
Goes right to Vincent. It's just a step to the left. It's just a step to the left.
Gabe Vincent. Shoot it!
Timeout Memphis. With Ja on the ball, JJ's plan was to put 2 on the ball, forcing anyone else to beat them. Because whenever they slipped up, Ja was carving them up with ease.
Ja hanging in the air and scores.
And while LeBron was putting his 40-year-old body on the line to draw a charge, Vanderbilt was rewarding him by diving to the rim and drawing 2, to free up LeBron to launch from the top of the key.
James, open, 3, yes!
That's the way you tell them you're all right. You get up and knock down a 3.
The Lakers' drive and kick game was crisp, while the Grizzlies' miscommunication on D was bleeding points.
53-36. LeBron in charge underneath. Connect! You know he's going to rise and throw it down.
But they stayed within striking distance thanks solely to Scottie Pippen Jr., who was relentlessly attacking LA's defense.
Back. He's going to pick up a foul. That was a good move by Scottie Pippen Jr.
A simple get action between Reeves and Connect had AR-15 attacking with downhill momentum, and Vandy was eating off those cuts to the rim. But then Memphis found its rhythm through Edie's unmatched size. LA had no answers for him inside.
Underneath, Edie. What a sequence.
Did they call a foul on that play? Or a timeout? What's the call here?
Now he's going to try to get to the basket. Finds Edie. Edie turns. He's under there. He scores. Do they count it? Yes.
Memphis feasted on second chance points, capitalizing off free throw rebounds.
Edie with 8 points in the quarter. Pippen Jr.
And with that, Memphis had ripped off a 12-0 run, chopping LA's lead down to just 6. Luka finally ended LA's drought at the charity stripe. LeBron tapped into his 22 years of experience, but Aldama responded with great defense. But if there's one thing that is hard to stop, it's LeBron barreling downhill into his patented fadeaway jumper.
LeBron hangs in the air and scores.
LA was feeding Luka's isolations against the lumbering Edie.
Couple of rumors floating around. Here is Doncic. Got it! And one.
They do a good job of isolating. When they get Zach Edey to switch on the perimeter, I mean, he's big and strong in the paint, but you take him out there where the air is thin and has trouble moving his feet to stay with the shorter players, and Luka made him pay with a 3-point opportunity.
The Lakers' weak side baseline cuts kept plaguing Memphis.
Underneath, Rui Hachimura right there with a lay-in.
And with Edie out, LeBron exploited the size disadvantage on the interior.
Absolutely correct with 3. Lakers steal. Here they come. Look in the middle. Back to LeBron. Look out.
Luckily for Memphis, Desmond Bane salvaged some dignity with a clutch 3, trimming LA's lead to 11 heading into halftime. Jaren Jackson Jr. had only played 7 minutes in the first half due to foul trouble, but now Memphis had him back.
A Jackson 3. Good. Jaren Jackson Jr. with 5 early.
LeBron was mad at Rui for miscommunicating on that shot. Unfortunately, LA was not able to adjust on the fly and kept losing shooters in transition.
Reeves. A Bane 3. Bango. Down the well it goes for Desmond Bane.
And before you knew it, Memphis was hotter than fish grease from distance.
Bane, a 3. Good again. Desmond Bane.
On the flip side, with Ja in jail, Reeves was doing a great job of using his hostage dribble to generate offense. Memphis continued their conservative single coverage on LeBron.
LeBron
But with this Ja to Edie slip and score, the Lakers' lead had evaporated in less than 3 minutes, and JJ had to burn a timeout. Unfortunately, the Lakers' defensive coverage was still not crisp enough coming out of the break.
Bane, a three for the lead. Bingo! Desmond Bane and Fuego here in the third.
Even though offensively they were passing the rock like a blunt.
Into the corner to Reeves. That was really pretty.
Like the ball moving.
Yeah.
Memphis had Edie out there against LA's small ball lineup, so JJ decided to take advantage.
Have to get Zach Edey to switch out on the perimeter.
And he's going to go right around him. And he does. Kind of it goes. Exactly what they wanted, like you said, Stu. And they went one-on-one and get an and one.
And for a rare stretch, LA was the faster team.
LeBron James laying up an in.
Memphis was forced to take Edie out of the game after this.
Hachimura, full head of steam. Edie defends. Out of bounds. It stays with the Lakers. Edie asking for a challenge. Grizzlies had an unsuccessful challenge in the first half.
But even against a more nimble Grizzlies unit, LA was doing a good job of collapsing their defense and finding open corner shooters.
He was in the first half. Rui knocking it down. Wide open.
A Luka strong side zone on Triple J opened up holes for Pippen Jr. to attack.
Pippen flyby by Reeves. Scott Lane got it.
And that was when it became personal for Doncic.
He's been upgraded to the full-time contract. Luka!
The Pippen versus Doncic side plot was amusing to watch.
Exchange with Pippen from Bane. Pocket pass. Bane to finish.
Luka behind the back. Finney Smith, catch, shoot. Luka the assist. Luka stops on a dime. Pippen Jr. then was right there. And he created just this much space.
And Bane continued being the bane to the Lakers' existence.
Vincent faces up, fills it up.
Alongside Triple J.
Kennard and Williams. A Jaren Jackson three is through.
When Ja dusted Gabe at the point of attack, Bron was the strong side low man on cleanup duty.
The air blocked by James.
And with Memphis aggressively sinking for more nail help, Reeves was left wide open just one pass away. However, Memphis finished the quarter strong.
Morant with a knockaway. And now a run out for Morant against LeBron James. He reverses and scores.
An 11-4 run for the Grizzlies to end the third in a good position. The Grizzlies opened the fourth with a sense of urgency. Instead of settling, Ja patiently navigated traffic, collapsing LA's defense and finding easy drop-offs at the rim.
Morant gonna challenge Reeves, goes to the goal, to a trailing Jaren Jackson Jr. for the dunk.
And he was thriving as a trailer, giving Memphis the lead.
Goes at Vincent, fires, fills it up, and the Grizzlies have the lead again.
But Reeves answered immediately, turning defense into offense with his quick instincts and hustle.
Reeves! Defense! Austin at the other end, throws it up, no, but he got fouled.
Memphis clearly tried hunting mismatches, repeatedly calling for switches onto Gabe, but he held his ground. Meanwhile, LA stuck with their bread and butter, drive and kick actions.
By Finney Smith, instead it's Hachimura from three.
But on the other end, Jaren Jackson Jr. was dishing out some old-school bully ball of his own.
Against the double team, hooks and hits anyway.
And Ja remained relentless, turning every lane into a freeway as he attacked the rim aggressively. Zach Edey's colossal frame continued being a major headache, dominating the boards and hammering home second-chance buckets.
Morant, he attacks again, he hangs, misses, Edey offensive rebound, and the stick back. Timeout Lakers.
JJ had seen enough. Timeout Lakers. Out of the timeout, LA regrouped. LeBron dialed up his vintage fadeaway jumper off a Hayes screen.
Out of the timeout. Baseline, perfect.
And Luka's sharp outlet passes had Memphis scrambling back in transition.
Luka looks for the quick outlet and tries to find LeBron. Oh, they're going to get it right back to him.
What a play by LeBron.
On defense, the Lakers stayed locked in, forcing Memphis into tough shots. And on the other end, they simply couldn't contain the Lakers' offensive versatility. Luka dictated pace, drawing fouls and exploiting soft spots in Memphis's coverage.
I realize you can't do that on the
Oh,
outside.
they leave Luka. Don't do that.
Dorian Finney-Smith chipped in as well, popping off a screen on Reeves.
At the buzzer. Will we have another one? Finney Smith got it.
and his much-improved on-ball intensity forced Jackson Jr. into picking up his critical fourth foul.
The Lakers, Jaren flashes to the post and Reeves knocks it away, and Jaren Jackson Jr. picks up his fourth foul.
The Grizzlies tried trapping Luka aggressively, putting two defenders on the ball, but Luka stayed calm under pressure, perfectly finding Hayes.
Doncic up, under.
There's the first one.
Pass, just as we were saying.
Wells wasn't ready to wave the white flag, keeping Memphis alive.
A 2-on-1. Wells regathered it after Reeves knocked it away.
But LeBron was unstoppable, punishing smaller defenders inside, forcing Memphis into fouls.
Each with 8 remaining after tonight. LeBron will shoot free throws.
LBJ also showcased his playmaking savvy, finding Rui yet again slicing along the baseline. Reeves sealed Memphis's fate, thriving off the short roll action with LeBron.
This might force a timeout here.
And it's Reeves. Oh, he gets pushed.
And he
got
scored.
pushed, and he scored. What a silly foul that was, and he scored anyway.
Jaren Jackson Jr. drilled a late three,
And a step back three, put it in.
but it was merely cosmetic by that point, as the Lakers held strong, securing a crucial 7-point victory, and leapfrogged Memphis to take sole possession of fourth place in the West.